Hello, everybody. I would like to thank you for coming here today to see the conference. I would like also to thank the chairs of the conference, Ariel Oda and Dani Raz, for putting up an excellent program. And I would like to thank the speakers who came here from far away, and also our distinguished visitors from Sisters, the keynote Sisters, who came here today to hear this with us. Okay, so for the last 2 years, we've been working on establishing the Technion Computer Engineering Center, and this has been a great way that we've been through. And I would like to share with you the vision of the center as converged during those 2 years. So it started from looking at what happens today, looking at the technology trends, and there are technology trends that distort the traditional interfaces and traditional layers that were done in all computer systems. The trends today are the trends today go towards cloud engineering, towards mobile computing, and goes towards parallelism, which is a new Moore's law, and we see them as opening a window of possibilities for great impact, a much greater impact that academics can have on the industrial world than we could have done in previous years. And so we also see this as a potential for integration and collaboration between the computer science department, which is traditionally focused on software, and the electrical engineering department, which is traditionally focused on hardware. So looking at the national challenges ahead and the opportunities that I talked about in the previous slide, I see a lot of concerns in the Israeli industry, a lot of competition that is coming from the East, and so we have to emphasize our strengths, and our strengths is in innovation, is in going forward full speed. And how do we go forward in full speed? The way to go is to collaborate industry and academia together. There are means of collaboration that exist in the Israeli world. There's funding resources, there's consulting, and so on. We do not see it as enough. We want to do something better, something that will match academia and industry much closer to each other. And so I'll read to you the TCE vision as written in our site, word by word, and the reason is that we mean every word. We want to become a top-rated and highly visible academic research center in applied areas of computer engineering. We want to conduct cutting-edge research in computer engineering. We want to bridge the industry-academia gap and drive Israeli high-tech industry towards international leadership. We want to educate the next generation of world-class leaders in computer engineering. And this vision is going to guide our actions in the forthcoming years. So what is going on between academy and industry? First of all, in the high-tech world, we see a trend that many of the ideas, a lot of the innovation does not come strictly from academia. A lot of the innovation comes from the industry today. And so people do not talk about knowledge transfer anymore from academia to industry. They talk about knowledge exchange. There are many people in the industry who are actually doing research, who are actually advancing the state of the art, and we want to leverage on that. So by bringing in people, researchers, our graduates from the industry and collaborating with them, we are strengthening ourselves, especially in areas in which traditionally Israel was not that strong. And in computer science, Israel has been very strong in theoretical areas, but has been less focusing and less investing in the more applied area. The systems area, the large software area, the architecture, the hardware, all of these were somewhat neglected and left behind. And we believe that strong theory requires strong practice, and strong practice requires strong theory, and none of them can live very strong by itself. So once again, we would like to leverage our industrial strengths and deliver it into the academic domain as well, and in the scope of TCE, come up as a highly visible and a leading center. On the other hand, the challenges that I talked about before and that are pushing the industry towards faster and faster race with other countries and with industry in other nations require them to push innovation forward, to take seeds of ideas and sprouts and to nurture them and foster them into the commercial products. And not all of the companies can afford to have researchers, and not all of them can afford to have in-house research institutes. And so what our vision is to make this place the joint and the shared research institutes for all industry. Why at the Technion? I think Professor Lavi already touched about it. We have two very strong faculty here. We want to collaborate. This is timely to collaborate. As I said previously, our graduates are filling the industry. We have collaboration with a lot of companies, and that is why we think we can leverage all that and do something significant here. Something very different from the previous collaboration mechanisms that you've seen between academia and industry. So in the next few slides, I want to give you a graphical representation of our vision of TCE. So here are two faculties, the computer engineering, the electrical engineering and the computer science. We have more than half of them are already involved in TCE, more than half of the faculties. Between those faculties, we have 600 undergraduates and 600 graduate students and 3,000 undergrads. So these are going to be the cornerstones of the TCE, but we are going to invite other universities and other faculties to join in. In the scope of the Technion, we also have a lot of other faculties with which we collaborate. Today, you cannot have any research project or any project at all without a lot of computation. All of them want to collaborate with us. Nanotechnology, just to mention one, and medicine, just to mention another, and so on and so forth. All of them are complementary to what we want to do, and all of them are using our expertise. In the closed circle, but somewhat more distant, in the Haifa area, we have lots of industry. These are all companies that we work with, that we collaborate with on projects, that we conduct research with. And we take these companies and would like to leverage their strengths in areas where we are relatively weak, and we would like to collaborate with them on challenges that they meet and they cannot face in-house. On a little bit longer area cycle, we have all the companies that we collaborate with in the Tel Aviv area, in Ra'anana, in Herzliya, and so on. All of these are members of our industrial affiliate programs, but of course there are many more with whom we are in touch and with whom we work, and who we want to attract to come here and work with us. And this is the goal. The goal is to work with knowledgeable people, with our graduates that are filling these companies, and to give us more strengths in areas where we were, that were neglected, areas that I listed previously. So with them, we want to establish many centers inside or in collaboration with the TCE. Some of them were already funded, some of them already started operating, and some are in the process of starting. And again, we are focusing, just to make sure this is well understood, we are focusing on practical areas, on applied areas of computer engineering, where Israel and other universities in particular, but also the Technion is somewhat weaker when viewed from in the eyes of the outside world. So finally, I want to list some of the next step. Of course, we want to have lots of seminars and schools. For instance, this summer we are organizing a summer school on security. We have lots of conferences, courses, visitors, people come here. We host them. We already have an environment, a working environment that resembles a high-tech company, where all visitors from all companies in Israel are welcome to come, stay there, work there, and collaborate with us, either part-time or for a limited duration, just to cover a certain technological gap that they have, or whatever have you. In particular, we want to define a clear and simple mechanism for industry collaboration. And when I talk about academic industry collaboration, the main thing that comes to mind is intellectual property. So we are currently in the process of converging on a certain model for intellectual property. I would like to invite each of you that thinks that they can contribute or have interest in it to talk to me and or send me email. We are in the process of finalizing this during the summer. And before I finish, I cannot finish without thanking our sponsors who are in charge of all the cookies that we have outside. And that is it.